Hey guys, Justin here, and the topic I want to talk about today is the pursuit of happiness. So first I wanted to start by saying that I completely get it, that life is pointless. I actually believe that all human activity really is just to distract us from the fact that we're going to die, but that doesn't really mean that you can't have a happy, sort of fulfilling life. Now, I'm not the sort of enlightened guru or anything like that, but I just wanted to share some things that helped me in my journey that maybe you can gain some value from. So the first thing I would recommend is sort of being able to have a greater sort of appreciation for just life in general, and a sort of understanding that your reality is subjective and you can have an appreciation for any stage of your life, even if you're feeling good or you're feeling bad. So you can interpret things however you want them to. If you want to sort of interpret things like everything happens for a reason and you're sort of unique and special, you can do that if it helps you. Or if you want to sort of interpret things like everything's just random and you're just a speck out of 7 billion people or something, and that helps you, you can do that also. But the baseline should be that you should just have a sort of appreciation for life, where you're sort of just thinking it's cool that I'm alive, basically. So once you've got that appreciation, the next thing I would recommend is sort of exploring every sort of corner of your mind. So there should be no area in your mind that you're sort of afraid to go. So 2 examples of this would be, maybe sometimes you might be standing in the line at like a bank or something, and you'll just be looking at someone and you'll just hate them just for no reason. You just look at someone and you just think, oh, I hate this person. And what happens when that happens to me is I sort of see that as an opportunity to sort of learn something about myself, because usually it's just a reflection of some insecurity or something that I haven't dealt with in my mind. So if someone bothers me, maybe someone's just eating toast and it just really bothers me, I'll spend a week thinking about why it bothered me, and then I'll just deal with it. So next time it happens, it's not going to bother me. Another example of that would be, maybe sometimes you're in the shower and you're sort of alone with your thoughts for a bit, and you might get a flashback to like some cringe-worthy moment that happened to you in high school or something, and something really embarrassing that happened to you maybe, and you just be like, you know, why did I say that, so stupid, and you get this really bad sort of feeling, and you most likely sort of just push it down. What I sort of do, instead of just pushing it down, is I also take that as an opportunity to learn something, and I sort of explore that thought a little bit more. So next time it sort of springs up at me, I'm not going to be that bothered by it, and I'm just like, I did that, and I've sort of dealt with it. And once you've got that sort of subjective view and that greater appreciation for life, you can do this, because actually this can be really painful, and you might have to explore some really sort of painful, sort of dark places in your mind, but it's going to be so much better when you come out the other end. Some people might call this like an existential crisis or something, because society hasn't really set up a way for people to sort of deal with this in like a healthy way, and like maybe 25%, I know the statistics might be wrong, but from what I gather, like something like 25% of people who are young have like mental health issues, and I think it's just to do with them not being able to explore their mind in a sort of healthy, supportive way. And some things might be shamed for what their thoughts are, maybe. So once you sort of understand that you have a subjective view of reality, you can sort of explore your mind, deal with that painful stuff, and then you can do the sort of generic sort of self-help stuff, where if you want to view it as like a hobby, you can do like the reading, the meditation, the exercise, the eating healthy, the having passion and purpose, and all that sort of stuff as just a hobby to make you feel even better once you've sort of dealt with those issues. But that can just be a choice, you don't have to do that. The last thing I would point out is the difference between maybe long-term and present-term happiness. So I believe that there's 2 types of happiness. There's happiness where you just feel good right now, and you just feel good, maybe you're being stimulated, maybe you feel good because you're helping someone, and you're just happy in this moment. You don't want to get too stuck in that, because you'll be more likely to sort of want to stimulate yourself with like bad food or just distractions or something. But you also don't want to get too stuck in long-term happiness, because maybe you'll get stuck in a place where happiness is just always in the future. So you might see this maybe if you've ever heard of weddings where people get cold feet. So what I think happens is that people are sort of planning their wedding, and they think they're going to have this big sort of epic day, and they're sort of planning ahead so much, and then when the day finally gets there, they don't feel any different, and they think it's something to do with their marriage or something, where actually they've sort of just trained their brain to sort of think that happiness is going to be in the future. So they might get cold feet because they don't feel any different. So you've got to have sort of balance between feeling good right now, but also understanding sort of the larger journey that you're on, and then that way you can have gratefulness for every experience that you're in, even if you're sort of pushing ahead or standing still or whatever it is. So this is just something that I learned. Hopefully you gained some sort of value from this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.